like you know how this goes.
3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? My name is John Davis. Welcome back to, I guess, season 2 of Artist Alley. I don't know if we're doing seasons, but that's what I'm going to call it. On this show, we take a look at local artists, entrepreneurs, movers, shakers, business makers. I love to rhyme. Today, we are sitting here with Aaron Hensley.
How's it going?
It's going great. How are you today, sir?
Great. It's a beautiful day. Absolutely.
That is exactly what I love to hear.
You got a better beard than I do, so.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I got to trim it up a little bit. I've been slacking. But like I said, on this show, we take a look at people that have basically like eschewed the 9 to 5.
Okay.
They don't, they try not to work in a business,
Sure.
like they want to own their own thing.
And first of all, nobody does 9 to 5 anymore. Nobody wants to work.
Well, yeah.
Nobody wants to work.
But so let's go ahead and start with the first question. Like,
Sure.
Why do you do what you do, which is what?
You know what? I'm trying to figure that out myself. Both parts.
I knew this was going to be a big answer.
People ask me what do I do. Actually, I had someone ask me that the other day. I was going to the gym, and people at the front desk, they see me come in, and I try to have conversation, just small talk, whatever. And finally, she was like, I just got to ask you, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, that's kind of a loaded question. So fast version is, my whole life I've been a martial artist. My dad got me in when I was 2 years old. Wasn't very good, but it was the language my dad and I spoke to each other, right? So we weren't a baseball family, we were a karate family. And coming up, I got my black belt super young, started teaching, actually getting paid as a 12-year-old to teach martial arts to kids and adults. Traveled competing, graduated high school at 15, decided I was gonna go to college, started college at 15, transferred to University of Miami when I was young, thinking I was gonna, I didn't really know what I want to do, but actually, about 17, 18, I decided actually what I want to do is filmmaking. I had someone that was in the industry that kind of pulled me that way. Went to school for that. But what I missed was the people interaction with what martial arts does is grow people. And I learned probably when I was like 7 or 8 that I believe that I was put on earth, God put me here to actually help people, grow people. And so I knew at that point that really my path needs to be growing, helping people. Martial arts was going to be the vehicle to start it. So that's really what I do is I find vehicles to help people become their best version of themselves. Did that for 20 years in the martial arts space. Currently what I do now is I help small business owners that are typically very passionate about, they're a chef and they're very passionate about food, but how do you scale your company so you get whatever your dreams are?
Yeah.
That's on a day-to-day what I do, but it's hard to kind of put that in one little context,
Yeah, I was about to say, that's hard to put on a business card.
Yeah,
that's a long answer for a business
absolutely.
card.
But, my real intention would be people say entrepreneur. It's kind of a sexy word right now. I like having the weight of the world on my shoulders and have to figure it out. And if it doesn't work, I can still figure it out. I don't like the world being dictated to me. I want freedom. I got you. So that's what I do every day.
Sounds busy.
It is very busy, and it's unpredictable, and it's never the same. There's no day that repeats. I'm never in the same spot. Conversations are always different, but it's interesting. I actually had a conversation last night right before I went to bed with someone I coach, and she just went through a business failure. Literally had to close 2 of her businesses down, and obviously that's painful. They're like kids, and it sucks. And thinking about how she's going to have to file bankruptcy and things like that. But because of relationships that she has established over time and the goodwill she's done, she's had a couple people be able to guide her through that process. And she came into a situation yesterday that's literally just one conversation she had. I tell people, you're one conversation away from changing your life. You meet the right person, right place, right time, and you're willing to step through that door. She was able to do that. It's completely changing her direction right now. And it's just relationships. And so that's really what everything's about is, People that work a job sometimes that aren't unhappy, they stay unhappy because they don't have that one person in their life who has shown them, right? It's one thing we can know it, but someone's got to show you the path of this is possible.
Yeah.
And everybody who's ever hit that level of success, somebody's been there to show you it's possible.
Yeah,
right?
Hardly anybody's made it on their own. I mean,
I don't think
there's
nobody is, right?
There's always somebody there with a guiding hand or helpful
inspiration,
or something like that.
And you don't have to know the person, right? Especially nowadays with YouTube, it could be somebody you don't even never meet. But it could be your inspiration. And I also tell people, you see better than you hear. So when you have someone close in proximity and you can get to them, whatever way, like if you can't get a seat at the table, serve water, right? Find a way in, just get around it, and stay around it, and block out distractions and be consistent. It's impossible not to get everything you want. It's impossible.
All right.
That was the first question?
That was the easy question.
All right, let's go.
So now we're gonna get into the cards.
Let's go. I'm a talker, by the way.
Oh, I can tell, baby. So am I. So like that's why I'm kind of being quiet.
All right, let's go.
I'm gonna let you go.
Let's go.
Because if we go back and forth, we'll be here all day.
Let's go.
All right. So we got 4 questions here. First one: what is a childhood habit that you will never outgrow? I'm assuming now the answer is gonna be martial arts. So I'm gonna take that one off the table.
Let's go.
So what is a childhood habit besides martial arts that you will never outgrow?
Never outgrow.
Like something you still do to this day, you feel like you'll do forever.
I would say I had a bad habit.
I just said habit.
But I just stopped it finally.
Oh.
Yeah.
Quit smoking?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was biting my fingernails.
Okay.
Did it my whole life. And I just mentally made a decision, you know what? I need to test my discipline. So since January, I've lost 74 pounds.
Congratulations.
Right? But I needed to test my mental fortitude because I knew it was going to be tough. My whole life, bite my fingernails. I'm like, you know what? I'm just inside. I'm never going to do it again. Haven't done it since. So habit that I still do from childhood. Wow. And you can't do martial arts. Got to take that off of it.
That's the point of these questions.
I know,
man.
this one's tough.
They catch you off guard.
I will say this. I don't know if it's a habit or skill or talent or curse, all the above. But from my earliest days as a kid, probably some of my best memories are the dreams that I forced myself to have as like I could keep having. Since I have a dream since I was 7 years old, I still remember.
Yeah.
And so it's a habit to have, like I daydream every day. I daydream every day. And I've done that my whole life. But I do it with intent and purpose. I learned how to control it. On my drive over here, I was daydreaming. Like, not that I'm blacking out when I'm driving, you know what I'm saying? I was about to say, like, I've done that once too. I wound up in a ditch. I think we've all done that drive where it's like, how did I get here, You're on autopilot. But my earliest memories, I remember walking to school and dreaming as I'm walking to school. I remember being in school, and I was school was easy for me. I still do it every single day. There's not a day that doesn't where I don't, while I'm awake, I'm forecasting the future, and it's like talking about manifesting. It's a skill that maybe it was a thing as a kid that just happened, and then I can control it. I haven't missed a day in my entire life of doing that. So I just learned how to use it to my advantage now.
Yeah, I was going to say, take the skills you have and turn them into something that can help you grow and become the better version of yourself.
Some people call it meditation or whatever like that, or whatever wording to it, but I can't remember a day that I've ever not done that in my life. So it's a habit now, right? Every day I do it.
Cool. It sounds like a good one. Better than biting your nails.
It's
you changed it up.
Yep.
All right. So I assume, I'm going to ask a different question.
Let's bring it on.
How old are you?
I'll be 42 tomorrow.
Okay, so you're a little bit older than I am, so you'll definitely get this question.
All right.
I was curious about this one. I asked Alex.
Do I look younger than you, or?
I just didn't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we look about the same.
How old are you?
I'm 36.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So you got me by 6 years. So you were asked to join the Spice Girls.
Okay.
What is your Spice name?
Oh, shit.
Which Spice are you?
Which one was the hot one? Posh? No, which one? There's 5 of them.
That's a loaded question, bro.
That's true.
There's
true.
Scary, Sporty, Posh, Baby.
Which one married
Ginger?
Which one married
Posh?
Posh married the rich guy, soccer player, football player, whatever.
Yep.
Wait, Scary, Posh, Ginger,
Sporty, and Baby.
Sporty and Baby.
Baby was the blonde one.
Okay.
Sporty
How do you
was
know all this? You study this, huh?
No, I just know this.
All right.
I was a big Spice Girls guy back in the day.
All right.
Baby was the blonde one.
Okay.
Sporty was the one that always wore the tracksuits.
Yep.
Scary was the black one.
Yep. I can't have all 5?
Ginger was the red hair. No. Your name.
Oh, my name. Oh, shit.
You got yours.
I was thinking.
You're thinking of which one you're gonna be. No. What's your name gonna be? Like, which Spice are you?
Depends on the season of my life. Yeah, I was like, it depends on the season of my life.
All right, current you. We'll go with that. We'll do current you.
Yeah, definitely Posh for now. That's current
Just
level. Current level, for sure.
Just take her spot.
Yeah,
well, she's not in the group right now, so that'll work.
Right,
you just take her spot.
But man, it's an interesting even context of question to bring up. Yeah.
I know.
Which one?
Show's about, dude.
Yeah, I know. Which one are you?
Which one? Oh, see, that's the thing. I've never been asked. I don't know.
Yeah, which one?
Well, it's not which one. It's what. What would your name be? Not one of their five.
Oh, I can pick any name.
Yeah, your name.
Oh, I don't have to pick their name.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's different.
Yeah,
All
what's your Spice Girl name? Like.
Wow. Yeah, we can't. I mean, nobody understands the context of when they say Red Dragon, but definitely, probably intense. Like I would have to be
Intense spice?
something.
Spice.
Fire, whatever. I don't know. Like. I'm pretty. Like I'm seeing pretty chill and calm
Fire
right now,
emoji
but
spice.
yeah, exactly. That's all.
You know what?
That's an emoji.
That's a 2023 Spice
That's all it
Girl.
would be. It'd be an emoji.
Fire emoji
That'd
spice.
be it, for sure.
All right. So I guess I'm gonna have to take something else off the table for this next question too.
All right.
So we're gonna take your job off the table.
All right. Which one?
The title you told me earlier.
It's like, oh,
the one that's not gonna fit on that business
Gotcha.
card. What is something you are tired of explaining to people?
Well, I'll tell you this. Like, even though martial arts is more mainstream right now, when you tell people about martial arts, most people's only expectation and understanding is going to be either through film or UFC or something like that. So, and then it would be no different than if you were Tom Brady, and even though I'm a fan of football my whole life, his understanding is so different than my understanding. So when I talk martial arts to people, most people's understanding is the
Very centralized, like
surface. It'd be like me and you talking music. I love listening to music. I know idea how to play music. So like your understanding and my understanding are two different levels. So it's not, and I love talking about it, but it's hard to do a quick conversation when someone wants to ask you questions, but then their understanding is so, that's a little tough sometimes. I enjoy it, but that's a little tough. And then, my dad won't watch this, so that's okay. I love my dad. He is my hero for sure. But man, I'm kind of reversing the question a little bit. But every time I spend time with my dad, he tells the same stories like 45 times. I've heard him. Yeah, everybody's parents. So I'm like, I kind of just, I'm with you. Yeah, I've heard that. Like I'm doing that thing now. But every time my dad's around new people, I guess I get tired of explaining like, hey, look, I guess not everybody understands that's how parents are. But trying to like, not apologize for my parents, but
you kind of set the expectation of like, guys,
just know, you think I'm a talker.
Yeah.
He's going to take, like, I get this from somewhere.
He's going to beat me.
Yeah, for sure. But we'll all probably be there one day.
Oh, yeah.
You know how you prevent that, right?
Don't have kids?
Yeah, well, that is one way for sure. That is one way for sure.
Sorry.
She's giving the evil eye over here.
I know.
She is the best. That's right. So, actually, being real for real, do you know why people as they get older tell those same stories over and over again?
No. Well, I think I do, but I don't want to hear it. I think it's more to like help relive the past and relive the memories and things like that. Okay.
Because they don't have any new stories. They stopped living at some point, and so they're still living there because that was their best moments, and they've aged 40 years past that. They still talk about high school or college or when they were 35 or what they did at 40, not what they did at 72 because they're not doing anything at 72. So they're bringing the past to the present because that's all they got to hold on to make them feel relevant in the current times.
Okay.
You prevent it by, you don't stop fucking chasing stuff, right? Until the day you die, you go after it. So I tell people, like, I am going to wear out, I'm not going to rust out. And so that's why, like, I'd rather die at 62 going after everything than to live to 97 and not done anything since I was 40.
Yeah.
But that's why they keep telling the same stories because they haven't done anything. They're not chasing anything. They've given up.
I never thought of that, but yeah,
that's the truth.
That actually makes
listen to all the stories they talk about. So
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
All right, so we've gotten through these 4 questions.
That was it.
That was these four.
Okay.
These 4. Yeah.
That was the easy one.
We have 2 more.
All right.
So
hardest one was the Spice Girl one.
I believe
I'll be
it.
thinking about that all day.
You're gonna text Alex like, "This is my Spice Girl."
Right.
So who would win a fight
Okay.
between Smokey the Bear and McGruff the Crime Dog? Who's winning that fight?
I mean, neither one seems super tough. Come on now. Like, they're loving character type things. So.
I know, but that's the point of.
Do they get a drink before the fight? So
you know what? This is your fight, so they could do whatever you want them to do.
What's the tell of the tape? What's my height? What's the reach? You didn't give me any background here.
Smokey the Bear he's a black bear, so he's huge.
Right.
McGruff the Crime Dog is an anthropomorphic like basset hound, I think. I don't know, but he can walk on 2 legs. He wears a trench coat and has a gun.
Yeah. Can he use the gun is a question.
I would assume it'd be kind of pointless to have it not use it.
If he's got the gun that can use it, I have to go with him. Although the black bears that are around here, I mean, yes, they don't want to mess with them. But they're used to people, and they're not scary as the ones you find somewhere else. But I've ran into some black bears around here. End up in our vehicles a lot of times. Yeah.
Not fun.
So we have cabins in the mountains here, and almost every day someone will send us a picture from our house, like they're in our backyard, they're jumping the back of the pickup. So almost ate my son one time. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that was pretty scary.
Jesus.
True story. Yeah. Pretty scary. Yeah.
All right. So I'll accept that. Smokey the Bear, or I'm sorry, McGruff the Crime Dog, because that's my guy.
Yeah, if you got a gun.
He's got a gun. Yeah, that's what I tell everybody.
That's just for show. You know. Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to our last question, but before we do that, I'm going to let you talk straight into this camera right here.
What am I saying?
How to reach you, how to get a hold of you, your social media, whatever you want to put out there.
Sweet.
Just looking at that camera right there, drop it for them.
All right, Aaron Hensley, best way to find me would be riseusa.com, riseusa.com. You can find YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all from there, and it gives you an idea of who we are, what we do, and has all the links to other things I do besides the business coaching. We also do real estate, investing. So anything that I do, go to riseusa.com, find it there.
All right, fantastic.
Easy.
So last question.
Yes.
Hopefully this one's the easiest.
Okay.
What is the best piece of advice you've ever gotten about anything? Life, business, love?
Not an easy question. Well, I have to give a tiny little story here that kind of will give a relevance to it. So
you're good. Alex has to edit this, so it's okay.
Perfect. So as a kid, when I was like 7, 8, 9 years old, doing a lot of karate tournaments. When I say a lot, we were doing 40 to 50 a year, me and my dad. So almost every weekend we're at a karate tournament. We'd drive to these events. We didn't have a lot of money. We're driving. Even if it's long distance, we're driving. So get out of school Friday, drive. My dad would play cassette tapes. I don't know if you've ever seen those before.
I've seen cassette tapes.
So he'd play cassette tapes instead of listening to music. He was listening to audiobooks. Before this was a trend, he was listening to audiobooks, trying to make himself a better person. Now, as a kid, as before you had anything, I'm forced to listen to this. So I was getting brainwashed positive information as a 7-year-old, not wanting to listen to any of this. By the way, that's when I really manifested the daydreaming thing, because I'm like,
trying to get away from this.
So that's maybe where the skill came from. But there was a guy that he listened to a lot named Zig Ziglar. And even though he's passed away, his stuff's still relevant. And I remember hearing this multiple times, even recently I just read it, where he's famous for saying the quote, "You can have anything in life you want as long as you help enough people get what they want." And even though it wasn't spoken to me by someone else, it's always kind of put in my heart that, I didn't come from money, didn't have all this resource, but I know that if I can love people, serve people with intent, and go all out in helping people, that whether it's the world, whether it's relationships, however, that I'll never go without being fulfilled. I might not have money, but my heart will be happy, right? So I still live by that today, that if I had nothing to my name, if I just know that if I could have one person go all in, everything can do to help that person have their success, the world will give you what it needs, right? So from other people, advice, things that I think are important. I mean, I can go all day just on this, but I'll say this. We've all heard great things and been told great pieces of information and advice. Most of the time, though, we don't take or adhere to it. And I believe it's because the person you hear it from, the value, the respect, the admiration you have for that person, the weight of their words is being weighed all the time by where they are in your life. So when it's from someone that you love and respect or someone you admire, those words are going to have a lot more weight and you're going to listen differently. So what I've tried to do as I've matured as a person is always understand the context that, someone could call you right now and say, "Hey, John, you're an awesome person. I want you to know that you've helped me get this in my life and just want to say thank you." And you're like, "Okay, cool." Then it could be that person that is like the most important person in your life calls you, says the same thing, and instantly your heart feels different.
Yeah.
So I've always been very intentional about who I speak to, because I know that depending on that relationship, it could do for them. And then who's saying what to me and how I weigh those words. So, but I still go back to, you can have anything in life you want, as long as you help enough people get what they want. And I kind of live by that.
All right. That's fantastic. So we have one more thing to do.
Oh, shit. Let's go.
And that is sign the stool.
Let's do it.
So
which one?
The one you're sitting on.
The one I'm sitting on.
Go ahead, sign it wherever you want. Doesn't matter.
It's a sweet logo on it, but it washed off somehow.
Yeah.
All right.
It got a little ruined. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, that is Artist Alley.
Let's go.
Thank you. Good night.